Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Moments of Clarity. This is your boy, Charlie Tells the Third. I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm so excited that you took time out of your Tuesday to come and hang out with me. I really, really, really appreciate it. While you're in the space, if you don't mind liking and also sharing, you can just click the little share button that's right below my finger there and share the feed and invite your people. We're going to have a great conversations today. I'm so excited that I get the opportunity to chop up and catch up with one of my good friends from Chicago. He is a creative and an artist at heart. I'm so excited to have him with me today. So his name is Mr. Rueben Echoles, and we're going to have some conversations with him today just about the arts and about creativity and about the world he lives in, and a lot of stuff that's going on in the world there in Chicago. But he works at this phenomenal theater company called Black Ensemble Theater Company. And if you haven't, when Rona leaves, y'all, do me a huge favor and go. And if you go to Chicago, definitely go check out a production at the Black Ensemble Theater. So we're live right now. And so when we come right back, we're going to chop over my boy Rueben Echoles on Moments of Clarity. What up, everybody? I'm here today with my boy Rueben Echoles. Rueben D. Echoles, how are you, man?
I'm awesome. Life is
That,
good.
that's what's up, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your hectic schedule. I know your schedule's pretty busy there in Chicago, so I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come chop up with me today, man. So how you been, man? How's life in Chicago?
I'm okay. I'm great. All things considered, I'm actually pretty good. Chicago is having its issues, but it is still beautiful Chicago. So,
Yes, beautiful Chicago, man. I love Chicago. So before we get started, Ruben, I want you to, because I can probably mess it up. I know a lot of your accolades, but you can give me a lot more, obviously. So I want you to tell people, introduce yourself to people, let people know who you are and what it is that you do. I'm gonna call you the Mad Hatter because you got 5 million hats. I already know you wear a lot of hats, sir. So let us know who you are.
okay, that was kind of like a great introduction. I'm Ruben D. Echoes. I like to say I'm an artist in every sense of the word. I'm a visual artist. I am a costume designer and wig designer. I am a director, choreographer, playwright. Anything in the arts, I pretty much want to do. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm also associate director at Black Ensemble Theater. I've been at Black Ensemble Theater for 21 years.
Wow.
So that's that. But I've worked with a lot of theaters in Chicago: Congo Square, Impact, Goodman, Paramount, Drury Lane. I
So
pretty much love theater. So
yeah, that's pretty
that's
much
that.
that's good. That's dope as ever, man. And so you do a lot within art. So you said that you are costume designer, you design wigs, you write the plays, you do the choreography, you can teach choreography, bro. You do it all. And so you're a one man band. Have you so now Tom and Jerry had an episode, and there was an episode where Tom actually something happened. Either way, he was playing a horn, a drum, and congos all at the same time, while at the same time running from the dog Spike. You remember the episode? Somewhat. I'm gonna
No,
send it to you.
but
I'm
mean,
gonna
I'm
send it
sure,
to you
but
when we get off. No, but I said all that to say you are definitely an artist of heart, artist at heart, and so I appreciate you for being on the live today. So much we can talk about, man. We have a lot of good history and a lot of creative history. We worked on projects together. We've collabed on projects together, and I just really really enjoy working with you. So, what are you currently doing right now? So, what's going on with Black Ensemble Theater or the Goodman or all these other theater companies that you work at? What's going on with them now?
well, because of our friend Rona, we
Doug
are
Rona.
we are paused, but a lot of different theaters in Chicago, and I guess around the country are doing uh, different streaming things just to still stay in the eye of the people. Black Ensemble, we have a internship program over the summer where we work with young people ages 16 to 23,
That's dope.
and we are kind of bridging the gap so that they are ready to work in theater and not just on stage. African American and people of color are represented largely on stage, but we need more people behind the table. And so this internship at Black Ensemble helps those young people acquire the skills needed to work in theater in all different positions.
So the students, so the interns that you have, are they currently like in school for theater or the performing arts, or are they
Um,
community members?
the it just depends. We get them from all everywhere. We get people that are interested in theater, people that have never taken a theater class. We all types of young people. It usually we usually have about 20 students, but this year because everything was done remotely, we cut the class down to 12. But it still was a great program. It was great. The students adapted one of the musicals that I've written and adapted it to a film, and yeah, that's it. And
So that is the current project that you're working on now. So you have 12 interns, and a part of their, I guess, assignment for the summer was to um, adapt one of your plays into an actual film. So how
right.
are they doing that?
You know, it's a lot of work for an individual, but they rose to the challenge. They're basically, I present them with the script, and I told them the different sections that they were allowed to change, rewrite music, do whatever and they submitted those things, and then they had to film themselves on their phone or whatever device they had. They had to be every part of the film crew that there is. So they were location scouts, they were script supervisors, they were their own costume designers. They just got instruction and direction from the instructors, which were myself, and there were four other Black ensemble members who
Okay, so this particular, so there's a script that you wrote. What's the name of the script?
Urban Love Story.
So what is that? What is that about?
Urban Love Story is a show that is bringing awareness to the solution to the problems that we have here in Chicago in terms of gun violence and violence in the city. It also brings awareness to the injustices uh, by police and authority. So the show is just my response. I feel like it's an artist's duty to speak on the times, and Urban Love Story is me speaking on the times and allowing people to understand that there are choices involved in these things, and even when we are very emotional, we have to make wise decisions. And your one decision can change not just you, but change the people around you and even the world. So, in the original play, at the end of the show, we allowed the audience members to choose the ending. So there's something that happens in the show, everybody's really emotional about it, and then we just stop and we ask the audience, what do you think we should do next? Which has proven to be very powerful when we show it in front of especially high school students. And then, depending on how they choose, at the end of the show, the cast and the crew, we all come out and discuss that choice with the audience.
Mm.
And
So
so, go ahead.
no, good. So when the audience chooses the ending, so how are they choosing the ending? So is this like live? So we do the play live, then the audience, then before the show, always say, okay, audience, where do you think we should go? Should we whatever? And then is that sort of kind of the end, or do the actors make an attempt to try to act out what that ending looks like?
No, we have multiple
Oh,
endings
alternate.
rehearsed.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Okay.
so we have multiple endings rehearsed, and then would we stop the show and we ask the audience what they want to do. Whatever they choose, we call it out back to them and say, "Hey, you chose to go to the grocery store, so that's what
Oh
we're
wow, that's
doing."
pretty cool. Yeah.
And then we see the consequences of going to the grocery store, and I'm just saying grocery store
Right.
because
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so we see the consequences of that choice, and then at the end of it, we say, okay, you made that choice. And oftentimes what happens is they make the choice, and a lot of them are not happy with the choice, and so then we have a discussion with them about
That's dope.
why they made the choice and the power that they have and the power of choices, which is important to me because I used to teach high school in Chicago for Chicago Public Schools for 7 years. And while the different things were happening in the communities, I would ask my students, why aren't you speaking up? Why aren't you doing anything? And one day, one of my students said, what are you doing?
Mm,
And I was like, well, I'm coming to teach you, and I'm here, and I'm a role model. And he said, that is not enough. And so that kind of rocked my world. And I said, well, what else can I do? And my art is what I'm choosing to use as my weapon to combat the negativity about us as African American people and about my city, Chicago, that I love.
right. I think that's dope, man. I think as writers, we definitely have to one speak to the times. One, we got to be relevant, and I think you do a great job at in all of the pieces that I've been a part that you've written. Even the period pieces when you wrote um, the Nicholas Brothers and so many other great bodies of work that you've written. Reverend Lee, we could pull Reverend Lee out right now. It'll make so much sense just right now. It's just a really, really good show. Really, really well written show. Music is. Yeah, you put your stank on that pen on that one. So that was good. Good, 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 good. So that's a good show. So I think that is important. And I think a lot of creatives miss the mark, obviously, when you as it relates to speaking to like the times. I think why do you think that is? You think people are scared to, deal with the real issues, or because there's so many, I try to. So we're similar in that regard. I try to, as I'm writing, I try to write with information, education, and inspiration. All those three things sort of kind of in mind, because I want to educate you. I want to illuminate some ignorance if possible, but I also want to show you what you look like on stage. So I'm digging deeper into my brain, and I think that helps me as an empath, where I can feel people and feel people's energy. Um, to dive into that creative element where I'm writing sort of kind of how people feel, or writing about situational. Like, obviously, we can write about injustices, not just in your city, but in this country. As Black men, we've seen them, we've experienced them. So that's easy to write. It don't take no energy at all. We don't have to dig no creative. It's boom right there, black and white. Why do you think it's a challenge for other creatives to reflect or allow their art to reflect the time that we live in?
There are a bunch of different reasons. One thing is that it's disheartening sometimes, and it's sad.
I
And
get you. That makes sense.
sometimes people don't want to go there. Art is often an escape. So which is why, like in my work, I try to make people laugh and make them feel comfortable and make them feel at home first, right? So I'm like, it's you come in and you're laughing and you're enjoying the great music and you're like, oh my gosh, they're acting so good and they're dancing so well. And then about 45 minutes in, you get that spoonful of like just castor oil, that thing that you didn't want to hear, but you got it and you have to get it. And I think that it's just difficult in this industry. So many people are worried about being popular. So many people are worried about their brand, and so many people are worried about these different things that they kind of want to stay away from anything that gets too controversial or anything like that. And for me, I don't really. I don't want to say I don't care because I need the people.
Understand it.
You know what I'm saying? But
Trying to find
it's
that balance.
yeah, it's important to me that I empower my people. Like I feel like my art is my purpose. Like and I have to use it. I have to use it to speak to the people. Like if not, I just don't. I'm not doing what I'm put here to do.
Right. Yeah, I think that's dope. I think it is very important that the art. I feel like that's why we're here as creatives. We are designed to paint the picture. I think we're responsible for um, painting the picture of what the world actually looks like. Good, bad,
Exactly.
or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? And so we love the good part of the world, but we got to shine some light on some of that ugly too. And if we can do it from a creative perspective, I always try to challenge paradigms. Always, and my brain is like, how can I challenge that level of ignorance? How can I challenge it? How can I challenge it in a creative and respectful way that the audience can obviously hear it and experience it at the same time.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a I get why some people sort of kind of shy away from it, but I ain't scared of it. I like, cause let's get to it, and I get it. So I'm the same way. I sort of kind of live in this silly, funny space all the time anyway, as you know. So it's not hard for me to write, create, create
Hmm.
that foolishness right on in the middle of I just something serious has happened. Then we flip it and make it crazy. Um, I think that's important because obviously the comedy is like the sugar to the castor
Absolutely.
oil. It's castor oil, but God, if I sprinkle some sugar on it, then perhaps it'll go down just a little bit better. So that's the genius behind the comedic element to creative writing. So yeah, you do that very well. So
Thank you.
another thing, so during this crazy time in the world, there's so much crazy stuff going on, and I can imagine. I lived in Chicago for almost 10 years, and so I know how rough it could be at times in all communities. Because what people don't understand, if something is wrong in one community, it affects all of us.
Hmm.
Um, and so, how do you, as a creative, but also an empath as well, how do you stay sane in the midst of all the cray? Because I think what we don't talk about enough in our space is the mental health aspect of all of it. Um, I deal with so much depression all the time, and I'm constantly having to balance that part of my life out creatively, and with some level of realism too. How do you, as a creative, how do you balance just the world being crazy, being an empath, feeling everything? How do you manage to stay smiling and stay creating while the world is in such turmoil?
I create. Like I love to draw, so I draw. I like making collages. I'm a visual artist, so that's my escape. Um, and then in terms of just mental health for me, I have someone that I do talk to. I think therapy is super important. So that's a thing. And then I also have a very strong friend group support, and they're very supportive. So like, and they're artists as well. So they are the people that I can go and say, listen, I'm losing it today. What to do, and then they will, play their part as my core friend group. So I think that all of those things are helping me personally
Sure.
stay sane. The fact that I have a visual creative outlet. So if there are days where I just sit and draw or sketch or whatever for hours until I feel better. Um, I'm a poet, so I
And
will
you know
just
what? Yes.
bars.
Keep going.
It's called collective bars. Uh, so, uh, I will grab my pen and pad and rhyme, and sometimes it's the most basic kindergarten rhyme, and then sometimes I'm busta rhymes. It just depends on what's happening in the day, and then I just talk to people. I talk to my therapist. I talk to my friends and say, because the thing is that especially we as black men, are often we don't want to show that this thing is getting to us. We don't want to cry in front of people, or we don't want to do all of these things. So for me, I've not evolved past what like those society pressures, but I do have like friends that I can say, yo, this is really hard for me. When Corona first started, they
Yeah,
said,
Rona.
"Oh, we gonna be out for 2 weeks. We're gonna be out for 2 weeks. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna be back to work." And then the following week, every job I had, all 7 jobs, were like, "Well, we're not doing," So, and that was rough. That was rough on me. But
Yeah,
thank God I had somebody to go and say, "I'm sad right now. This is
right,
this is hard."
right. Yeah, no, I real same thing here. As you know, I work in the event planning space, and same thing. The Rona came through here, so I guess I'm gonna show all y'all. Here we go. And throughout that process, I had same phone calls, probably from different vendors, I'm sure, but I had them. Ruby, it was 7 phone calls. I had same, I had seven.
7.
Right, come on through. It was complete network. You hit me. So I literally had to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Deanna. Oh, what's up? Deanna is on. She's gonna be my guest next week. She's so dope too. I can't wait to
Listen, that one.
that one right there. That one. Something there. That one right there. Jesus. Keep me near the cross, y'all. Um, but yeah, so I had to rethink some possibilities. I had to rethink, okay, what I'm going to do for income. Is there is no such thing as joining the workforce. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
What workforce? And so I had to rethink some possibilities. And I'm an graphic designer, somewhat, and so what I had to do was I had to rethink some possibilities. So I started designing T-shirts, and now I have a T-shirt company, and that's been how I've been able to sustain, because all them events. When I say Rona said, I so you
Nah,
planning events? I got it, no problem. Let
listen.
me
No,
check.
listen. I got you. Okay, Rona came through and was like,
Listen,
you know what?
right. Y'all out
Uh,
here wrong anyway. I got it. Come on, shut down.
Listen, I literally prayed and I was like, God, I'm so grateful. Thank you for all the jobs and everything you're giving me. And thank you, God. I appreciate it. I said, but I'm tired. I just need 2 days, God. That's it.
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
days to rest. He said, I got you.
No problem.
I
Rona,
got you.
listen, God was like, Rona told me already. They coming. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all
You're
right.
gonna be all right.
You're gonna become sleeping beauty in this piece. Trust me.
Listen,
You're gonna get your
I
rest, baby.
I ain't never had so much rest in my life. I'm like, I'm like, okay, God, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Man, listen.
Put me in, coach. Put me in. Oh Lord.
Yes, indeed. I understand. That listen, but most people don't understand the struggle of creatives, man. Like when we got that steady income that's coming in, it's great when it's great.
Woo.
But then when a thug come through, when a thug, when a thug come through and just debo everything, yeah, man. But I mean, so it's no, it really shows us, man, we created for real. Because listen, won't he do it?
Listen,
Have you been sustained in this process? I'm telling you, and you keep creating, and that's what I feel like. That's what I've been trying to encourage creators that I know. Don't stop creating. Create as much as you need to create. I mean, write if it's the most depressing, whatever. Just write. Just get it out. If it's the most frustrating thing you ever wrote, write it. We cannot stop creating. That's our purpose. And I always try to tell people that if your creative gift don't work for you, if your creative gift don't work for you, listen, you tell Lassie I said to go home.
somebody,
I'm sorry. No, but I try to tell creatives, I really do. Thank you, Latisse. I try to tell creatives that listen, if your creative gift don't work for you, then it don't work. I cannot even express the number of times that I have been in a depressed state. And I'll be honest with you, Ruby, you probably can attest to this, being a creative. Just singing a song will snatch me right on out of whatever I'm, whatever low space I'm in, because that's a gift that I have. And in order for that gift to work and influence anybody else, it has to do that to me first. And so, if you're singing, your music, if your music, your writing, your script, if it don't inspire you, how do you expect for it to inspire other people? And so, I appreciate that about you, man. You definitely are an artist at a heart, and I'm glad I got a chance to open up this segment uh, with the Ruben D. Echoes.
Right,
All
right.
that.
Serious about that D, Doc.
Come on through, sir.
But what I wanted to say about that was that yes, creatives don't stop creating, but also don't feel the pressure to produce something amazing in this time either. Like, remember, yes, I'm a creative. Yes, that's my purpose, but also remember that you're a human being, right? And make sure you're doing the things for your mental health and physical health as well. Like, yes, be the creator, but I saw like especially in the beginning, I saw like posts like, well, if you haven't written a script in this time, or if you
Oh
haven't
yeah,
done this in this time, then you had all this time. But I know, like,
yeah.
there are some days where I have to like just sit and be, and just like, no, I'm not writing an album today. No, I'm not producing a great visual work. I am just existing. And so I just feel like, yes, artists, please don't stop, because it is our mission, it is our purpose. But just remember to take the time to grieve, take the time to breathe, and take the time to live. Like, just be and be affected. And it's okay to be affected by this thing, by all the things, the civil unrest, the corona. If you just stub your toe, that's fine. Sometimes you just need to take the space. Um,
I think
but
those are definitely words of wisdom, man. I think that people in general, and everybody on the earth is a creative to some level or one another. So
talk
when I
about it.
when I, oh yeah, come on through, son. No, but no, but the force is stronger with some than others, but
All right,
we all are
preach it.
creatives nonetheless. And I think that's the way God wired all of us. But I think you said something that was so very important is that it's okay to be. And a lot of people, and I've over the last couple of years, I've been just trying to be intentional about sitting in whatever my emotions are. If
Hmm.
I'm happy is go lucky today, right? Oh, sit in that. Let's go, let's go. But if I'm loady bar, if I'm there, okay, let's sit in there. Let's figure out what all that is. And the more I'm sitting in my low state or my depressed state and just processing out, I can literally pull myself out of it and look around and find my grateful space, because that's the
Hmm.
space that I try to tell people try to live in as much as possible. Even though you may be down, you may be depressed, you may be going through it like a mug, but there is something always around us that we can be grateful for. And I think the grateful space is the beginning of that extreme creative space.
Hmm.
So yeah, but do not stop creating. But Ruben, those are definitely words of wisdom to tend to your emotions. That's man, that's if all of us did that, if we would tend to our emotions, because each one of us, you, me, and everybody on this live, everybody that will watch it, all of us are an experience. So when people come and encounter us, they should experience us. It shouldn't just be, oh, hey, child, God bless you. It shouldn't be that. They should experience us
Experience. Ooh.
and all the aura and the glory
Ooh. Dee dee dee
that
dee both.
you. They should. I'm serious. Each one of us are an experience. That's our reason for existing, is to be an experience. And if by my experience I do something that lightens your load, or I say something that encourages you, then
Hmm.
hey, that's my service to humanity. I don't
Hmm.
that's if everybody lives in that space, man, then we don't have, depressed people, we don't have sad people, everybody's sort of kind of good. And that's the world that I want to be a part of. And so I try to within myself make sure that I'm the change I want to see in the world.
Ooh. Go ahead and preach. Come on. You better take a text, Doc. Go ahead.
Oh, the offerings, cash app, Charlie.
We out here clowning, Lord.
Oh, it's all good, Ruben. That's who we are. So that's it's just it's a stretch. It's the multifacetedness of all of us. Like we are creatives. We do laugh. We are extreme. I know I'm an extreme silly person, but I'm an extreme serious person too. Last week I had a opportunity to connect with my cast. We did a live last Tuesday. That was in one of my shows called Music Matters, and they were talking about how mean I was during the production process, and they don't know. And I'm sure you know, being a director and you produce as well, the pressure that is on a person, one that writes the show, that directs it. Come on, don't you blink. And that is producing it. That means, so if I'm producing it, that means my ends is my money that's making this thing be what it needs to be. So we got about this, we got about that, we got about that. I never charge actors or people that come and work on. I don't. It's my responsibility to make sure they have what they need to pull the show off. And so I don't think people really understand the pressure that goes into. But speak to that a little bit, sir, because you've experienced that as well. Speak to that for any of my former castmates that may be listening to understand what another director may be going through.
Here's what I have to say is that everything as a producer that we do, we are investing our time, our funds, our
That's good.
blood, our sweat. It's This is an investment. We are investing in you as the actor and you as the musician. We're everything, and it's ultimately our name and your name, and and it is our responsibility to present good work. So that is the pressure that is on us, while and some people really perform in a bubble, right? They're very concerned about their lines, or they're very concerned about their character, and they're very concerned about their costume. Whereas the director is looking at all of those things, and then the producer is looking at beyond the scope of the director, and just this work is like your child, and you're sending your child out into the world, and if you care about your child, then you're going to be meticulous. You're going to want everything correct. And so, because I have been accused of being mean as well, I'm trying to get better. But uh, I am
I understand it.
I'm very serious, and as serious as
You better come on. You let me. That sound. Listen, that sounds like Steve Sharp. So come on through. Let me know when you change the next key.
Lord help me. Yeah, no, it's serious business, and we're about the business of polish, and um we work hard so that as the actor you look good. Like, it's our responsibility to make you look good, and we're investing our money. We're spending our money, so
Absolutely.
we it's serious for us. This is And if we don't get it right, then we don't get a return. Like, we don't get a return on our
Right.
investment. If so, this is literally a matter of if I eat or not. Like, so we got to like break it down. Like, I am doing this because it is my mission. It is my purpose. It is,
Yeah.
yes. But I'm also doing this so I can eat. So, like, if you gonna keep singing off key, listen, you messing with my oodles and noodles. You got to go home and rehearse. That's what, like, and we're building legacy. Like, this is not like we're not playing around. This is a profession. And in a profession, we expect you to act professional. So that's what that that's what it's about. Like, it's not personal. I'm not, as an actor, I'm not just being mean because I just want to be mean. I'm being mean because the stakes are high, because we want people to continue to come and see our show. I want to continue to hire you. I want
Right.
to create jobs for other people. Let's go.
That's right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That sums all of it up. So I knew it just wasn't me out in these streets feeling what I was feeling, y'all. So, so I'm glad that you were able to articulate it in a way, man. That's clear. That's why this show is called Moments of Clarity. Good evening. Thank you, man. Thanks for sharing that, man. Because it's interesting, man. Because everybody has their own work ethic, and
Mhm.
I'm actually the type of leader where I try to, with Music Matters that I did in Fresno. I actually wrote that show, and I know you know about this. I wrote that show like in 20 days because I had to put it up in what 60? No, yeah, 60 days. I had to put it up, and so. Um, Writing it, and and then I had to rewrite some things because the group of actors that I had, I had to play to their strengths, and so I had like, ugh, okay, they're not going to pull this song off, they're not going to pull that off. It's a good thing I'm writing them. So like, let's go back and figure that out. Let's go back and figure that out. And that was I'm just happy it sort of kind of came together. But I know what that feels like as a director, where you obviously are putting your blood, sweat, and tears into writing the stuff, and you're trying to coach the talent into producing what you see or what you saw when you wrote it. And so I know that has its own levels of challenges as well. So what else? What else are you working on now, Mr. Echols?
Uh, I am writing.
You just said so. You come back to that album. You said now I'm not sitting down writing an album today. So what day you gonna sit down and write the album? So
I actually have a surprise coming out for people that know me and love me. I can't say what it is right this second, but it involves music and me writing, and it's something that's going to hit the internets in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So
you
just
better come. Hey man, come back. So is it gonna like surprise hit people? Or you gonna promote when it's gonna come out or whatever?
it's I'm gonna just drop it. I'm gonna just drop it
Come on through,
like
Beyonce. Come through.
at midnight. It's just gonna be like, this is it. Bam, it's out there. Uh,
No whispers in the dark. Hey, check out this link. Click and just walk away.
I'm gonna just be like, mic drop.
Hey, that's
Um,
what's up.
and and so that's what I'm working on, and I'm also writing the Shaka Khan story for Black Ensemble Theater.
That should be dope.
Yeah. Shaka Khan. I mean, a legend, just a legend, and I'm a big fan of her music and her work and her story. Like, she has an incredible story. One is just like, we fall down but we get up. Is
Absolutely.
kind of through the fire is really like.
Pretty much. Yep. Yep.
So I'm excited about that. I am trying to see what it's going to really be like when we get back to work and because of
Oh
the
yeah.
social distancing, and
Hmm.
so it is challenging to write with those things in mind. And I'm doing it now because I'll be directing it, so it's supposed to be directing it as well. So I'm writing knowing that I'm going to be directing. Like, as I'm writing, I have all of these things in mind about how many actors can be on the stage at once, and how to get actors in and out without them having to, without there being so many people on stage. So
Sure. Sure. So that's cool. You also you wrote the Patti LaBelle story too, right?
I did.
So tell me about that experience, and tell me about that experience with writing it, but then also tell me about the show. Um, that was an
Okay.
interesting look. But come on through, sir. because I didn't get a chance to see it. So I don't live in Chicago anymore. So when y'all had these dope shows, I be trying to catch flights. But depending on before Rona came to the earth, prices were pretty crazy, expensively. But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I can get a flight to Chicago for $5. You want to have lunch
Listen,
next week?
uh, Patti LaBelle, the process. The reason why I gave that face is because that process was um, huge. First of all, I have been a Patti LaBelle fan. My mother and I, when I was kids, we used to do battle of the albums on Saturday mornings. So Saturday mornings is time to get up and clean up, and then after we're done, we would put on different records and battle it out. And so that's where I discovered Patti LaBelle from my mother. And since then, I have been kind of obsessed with LaBelle and Patti LaBelle and just her journey. And the fact that she's 75, first of all, she's 75 years old and she's still working, performing,
And killing
singing,
it.
and killing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went to see her in 2018, um, shortly after the show, and she blew my mind. I mean, she just has all this energy. Anyway, so I've been a fan for a long time. But when I was reading the book, and it was just there's so much information. And there's so many good stories, and she has so many good anecdotes and so much stuff. So it was just difficult. And then there's her group when she was Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, and then they when it was just the three of them, and she was LaBelle, and then when she solo, and so it was just a lot of information to get in, and I was like, how am I going to do this? But when I tell you, like the Lord just placed two women in my life that can do anything. Darn Bless and Sharice Thomas played Dawn Bless played the mature Patti LaBelle, Patti LaBelle of today, and Sharice Thomas. She played Patti LaBelle,
Lord.
young Patti LaBelle. When I tell you that girl, and Sharice did all my vocal arrangements for the show, and I would just like throw things at her. I'd be like, "So Sharice, I want to take all of Patti LaBelle and the Bluebell songs and make them into one medley. It's got to be 2 minutes. That's it. And we're gonna put some announcements of tour dates in the middle. Go!" And she popped it right out. Like she's
Wow.
brilliant. She's a
That's dope.
brilliant musician and excellent singer. And darn bless, like I don't really even know, like if the
Is she
world,
human? Is she human?
she's not human. She's not. If you have not experienced Dawn, but you talking about an
Dawn Bless.
experience,
That's it. That Dawn Bless. She got it.
she's literally experienced. First of all, the woman can it when you listen to her sing Patti LaBelle, you honestly think that you're listening to Patti LaBelle, but she
It's true.
can do that with anyone.
That's
She
true.
could do it with Dionne Warwick. She could do it with Etta James. She can do it. She can do it with anyone. That's when she mimics people. But her own voice, first, it's unreal. She cold. We could talk about Dawn for 2 hours if we wanted to.
Easily.
She
Yeah.
cold. And then Sharice, I I she's also an alien. So the Lord sent me two aliens, and I appreciate Him. And so I was able to split up the show, and Sharice Thomas, Jessica Brooke, and Renelle Nicole were LaBelle, and Dawn Bless was Patty by herself, and then we just had like a fantastic, amazing cast who I would throw all types of things at them. And then the process at Black Ensemble is a little bit different because we write as we go. When we do major, huge projects like this, we try to start earlier so that Jackie Taylor can approve the scripts and stuff like that. But we still are making adjustments as we go. And so this particular show, I was throwing things at people and rewrites and stuff. And the cast was amazing. It was just a really great experience. It was
That's
hard.
yeah, that's dope, man. There's nothing like having a great support team, and it seemed like you had that for the Battle of Bell project. Man, so listen, hey man, are y'all gonna do it again? I wanted to see it so bad. Y'all didn't video it.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, let them listen. I will. I'll send Jackie a message and say when Rona leaves the earth, let's get Patty back. Because
I
the first time I saw Dawn do Patti LaBelle was in the Teddy Pendergrass show. I had
hmm
just moved to Chicago, and that was my first experience of Black Ensemble Theater. And I was like, "What in the?" This was in the old building. Remember,
hmm
I was sitting there like, "What in the world is that?" And the show was great, but when she came out there for like 4 minutes, dude, and when I
Listen,
say she ripped that theater to shreds in 4 minutes flat, I was like, what? That is a machine. What is that?
and the thing is that 30 a minute before she played Patti LaBelle, she was playing Monique. The mid like literally she had a quick change from Monique into Patti LaBelle, and she
Wow.
she murdered Monique. She sounded just like I was like, how are you? She's unreal.
She's
She's
alien.
unreal. She's
Yeah.
alien.
Yeah.
She's alien.
That's crazy, man. So, Ruben, I this is always we're always great to catch up with you, and we have a lot of great conversations just in real life, and so this was easy for us to do. Thank you so much for being open to this process. It was so great having you chop up. We only have like a few minutes left, and I just wanted to. Do you have what would you say to a an aspiring creative, someone that aspires to be a playwright or a songwriter or a makeup artist or a costume designer or a director, all this Mad Hatter someone that aspires to do all the plethora of stuff that you do. How can you inspire them in one area, Ruben, or another? But just what would you say to someone that aspires to do the stuff that you do?
Knowledge is power.
Come through
That
knowledge.
and knowledge doesn't always mean that it has to come from a university, but if you can get experience in that area that you know that you are passionate about, go and get it. Get the experience, get the classes. And then the thing is that today we got all the tools, right? So you can go on YouTube, you can Google, you can do a million different things. And I feel like get the knowledge, get the experience, and be open to learn and listen and develop, really work at your craft. Yeah, that's what I have. I love all of these different things, and I have been very fortunate to have some fantastic mentors who have taught me so many different things and given me so many different opportunities. So
What
that is my final. Those are my thoughts.
So what's next? I know you are so your intern the project that you're working on with your intern. So when is that project like due or when are they gonna see it? Or are you guys gonna have a showing for it? How's that gonna work?
There will be a premiere. The trailer is going to drop Friday, and then
Daryl Brooks, what's up, bro?
uh, we will after we drop the trailer Friday, we will announce the date that it'll be released, and everybody will be checking it out. And it's and again, it is uh, a film against gun violence in Chicago, and it's just to bring awareness that there are some different options.
Absolutely. Ruben, man, you are a true artist at heart, and I appreciate your giftings and what you do. A lot of people don't know this, but Ruben does a lot that he obviously is compensated for. But then Ruben just helps out anybody, and so yeah, I appreciate your just jumping in there, your willingness just to jump in, like, hey, man, I want to help you make this thing successful. You've done that for me quite a few times. I remember the Salem thing with the kids with all them cheering.
It was
Uh,
lots of cheering.
There was a lot of children. So for those of you on the West Coast that came to my show, The Greatest Gift, the birth of that was in Chicago. We did it in Chicago, Salem Baptist Church when I was working there, and Ruben helped me so much with that show, as far as helping the children, getting in line. You was writing music and songs and scenes and just helping me. I so appreciate you just jumping in and helping me. But that's who Ruben is, and so thank you for being the creative artist at heart that you are, and don't stop believing. Oh,
How you
don't.
tickle yourself? How you
I
get
know.
your
I told you. Listen, if your gift don't work for you, it don't. That thing, it just when it blessed me right when I said it. So no, Rubens, don't stop creating. Don't stop inspiring people, man. You are a blessing, man, and you're a gift. And I just appreciate you. I'm just glad I have your number in my phone. Yeah, I just appreciate you, man. I just appreciate you for being who you are. And thank you, man. And so let me know when you are going to do your do the movie of your play. Send the link, and that way I can promote the link and send it out to people. They can check it out as well.
For sure, for sure. I'm excited. The young people have been doing some really great work, so I'm excited to for the world to see what they have been working
But the children been working on.
on.
So
Uh-huh.
your interns, what are they all college students, or they range, or is it just based on a first come first serve, as far as
Six.
people that want to be?
So they're ages 16 to 23. We they apply.
Okay,
Um, yeah, and it's a paid internship, and we do it every summer. So if you're out there
come
and you
through.
ages 16 to 23,
Right, it's some chips and coins out there
it's
that you
some
can get.
cat
Right, come through.
and relationship. Like that's the thing, though. Network. That is what, like, yeah, you're getting paid, but you're also building your network. And I think that that's important, especially in the arts.
It's most important because your network determines your net worth. Come through.
Ooh,
It's
ooh, that was a nasty. That was a nasty one.
Yeah, your network determines your net worth. I'm telling you, there have been things I've been able to accomplish based on my network. Again, our network. We've been able to do things because of our network, who we know, our connection to people. So it is important to just do that to get involved in the creative process, especially for intern programs like the one that the Black Ensemble Theater does in Chicago. And just find out, and maybe some other stuff like this going on in your area, but just find out, get involved, connect with other creatives that are doing what you're doing. So that's the word of the day. Connect, network, because your network will determine
Yo,
your
net
net worth.
worth.
Every
Mm,
time, I think I'm gonna put that on. That's gonna come on. I'm gonna do that. That's a moment of clarity today. But Ruben,
mm,
thank you, man, for your time. Please hug your mom and love on her and tell her I said hello.
I
She
will.
also is a great. Oh man,
She
uh,
is the best.
she's awesome.
She the coldest.
Yeah, I
She the
love her.
coldest. Out of listen.
She dope.
Whew, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
she
have
dope.
made it. Never would have made it.
Come through, son. Come through.
Never could have made it. No, like legit.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I can say the same thing. My mom is dope, and so I'm the same way. My mom, Callan Tubbs. Here's what I love about Callan Tubbs. She on here. So listen. So I tell people all the time. I do. It's true. I'm split right in half. I'm half my mom and half my dad. So when you get the chill, she just, oh yeah, God bless you, man. Yeah, man, I want to be a blessing to you. Yeah, all that is my dad. My dad is the king. Carolyn Tubbs, however, that cuss sits right.
Ooh, just right.
It sits right there for that Carolyn Tubbs. And so when you see me so the cast member that saw me like, hey, no, that's not what I want. That's all Carolyn. That's Carolyn Tubbs. She marked me, boy. I promise you, that cuss that sits right there. That's all Carolyn. She marked me. I love her to
See,
death, though. I
I,
promise you, I wouldn't rather be this. I am happy the way.
mine is
Oh
just
my
the
god.
opposite. My mother is the chill, calm. She's the one that when I get to rah rah, is that's the voice I hear that brings me back. So,
Ah, good, good. But see, Carolyn is the one that edges me on.
so listen, my mom will be like, now, what would Jesus do?
Oh, please. My
Then,
mom,
then she'll be like,
listen,
if it's time to
Carolyn be
flip
like,
some tables, flip the tables if you
right.
got to. But we're not just flipping tables to flip them. We flipping them because we're making a statement. That's my
Listen, that Carolyn tells you like flip another one. Go ahead, keep
mother.
going. And throw that altar down too while you at it. Pull all them curtains down. That Carolyn tells listen, that Carolyn is a thug, man. I promise you, I love her to death. Hey, but guys, we're almost at the time. But listen, Ruben, thank you so much, bro,
Thank you.
for
This was
being a
great.
part of this process. I'm so glad that you carved out some time. I know your days are pretty hectic. Even though now, are you finding this to be the similar to me? Are you busier now than you was
I'm not.
before?
No,
Okay.
no. Because my commute, oh my God, it's
Oh yeah,
just so
long. Yeah.
difficult. It's so difficult. I go from my bed to my desk, and it's just such a long commute. So, but yeah, my commute used to be 30, 45 minutes to work every day,
Right.
there and back. So, no, I'm cool. I'm cool.
That's what's up. Ruben, thank you, man. You are a blessing, man. So listen, those of you that are on Facebook, you can actually go to Facebook and you can befriend Ruben or request to be his friend. He'll make a decision about it one way or the other. Um, just no, it's real because I'll be honest with you, it's probably bad. I probably even shouldn't say it, but I probably have 200 friend requests, maybe 300 that I haven't responded to. Some because I just don't know all the people. And it's hard to try to like, do I know this person? But sometimes it is just weird. But yeah, you can send him a friend request and perhaps he's cool. He's cool with everybody. So he'll request you back. Me, however, I'm interested. But thank you again, Ruben, for being a part of Moments of Clarity. You can also, if you live in Chicago, and as soon as Thug Rona leaves the earth, please go check out Ruben Echoles and the whole staff there at Black Ensemble Theater. Man, y'all have been such great inspirations to me. Y'all have no idea. So thank you for what you all are doing in the community and all the artists that you are inspiring every day, man. So I appreciate you. Definitely let me know when your film goes live so we can check it out.
Absolutely. I will.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bro. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, Ruben, thanks, man. I'll see you next time.
Thank you. See you next time.
All right, buddy. Yeah, guys, that was Ruben Echols. He's the associate director at Black Ensemble Theater in Chicago, Illinois. Man, such a great guy. And as you can tell from our interview, we always have great conversations just in real life. That one to put on, the one in the front. It's real. We've worked on several projects together, and all have been really, 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 really fun to work with on those projects. But again, we're going to be live here next Tuesday. Again, I have another guest who's a creative also in Chicago. Deanna Reed Foster. She's a phenomenal creative. She writes, she directs, she does everything. She's an actress. She's been on Chicago Fire and she's been on The Shy. If you've watched The Shy this season, you've seen her in that. She's just a really, really dope soul, period. So she's going to be my guest on next week. So definitely keep following me and go to the YouTube page also. Go to my YouTube page, Charlie Tubbs of Third. And you can also like that because a lot of these conversations that we're having on Facebook, we're also having on YouTube. So if you miss it on Facebook, you can always check back with us on YouTube, and you can get some of our interviews as well. Again, thank you so much for taking the time on your Tuesday to come and hang out with your boy. I appreciate it. Until next week, do me a huge favor. You got to stay creative. Don't stop creating. Tend to your emotions. Don't stop creating. Tend to your emotions. Don't stop creating and tend to your emotions. I think Ruben and I alluded to that throughout our live today. So do not stop creating. Do not stop tending to your emotions. A great thing that Ruben said earlier today is it's okay to just be. Some days you don't have to put all this pressure on yourself to be super creative. Sometimes it's just chill, just to be. And that's a great word of wisdom. That's a great moment of clarity. So until next week, I want you to stay positive, stay creative, and most importantly, please stay clear. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.